This is Irish Illustrated's 1, 2, 3. Notre Dame announced on Monday that they will be opening classes 2 weeks early, August 10th. Tim, what are the implications as it relates to Notre Dame in general, but more
Yeah.
specifically Notre Dame football?
Well, I think they'll be playing it, right? Last time we got together, we both felt optimistically they would be playing it. Now I see no reason why they wouldn't be able to go ahead and have some sort of football season, as Jack Swarbrick had mentioned that it's going to be limited capacity. But if Notre Dame students are on campus, that was step number one. There was some room left in that release for a small sampling of students to arrive ahead of the rest of the students. That I don't think that only includes people maybe interested in pre-med or organic chemistry, but also some football players that could gather together. We just don't know how that will happen. And I bet it's still a fluid situation for them.
Well, it will remain fluid depending upon if there are any further complications as it relates to the virus and on campus. Brian Kelly had said initially he had said July 1st was a date where they really need to start rolling. It looks like that's now a possibility. Notre Dame will, Tim, as you said before we started recording, they're not going to start announcing football plans before they announce plans of the student body and how they're going to handle that. So that'll come in time. They'll discuss that within the football organization, so to speak, before we know what happens. But yeah, I mean, I think we're closer to there being a football season, some form of it. I still have my reservations and doubts as to whether it will be the 12-game schedule that we've been poring over and speculating upon. Will it start? I still don't think it'll start in Ireland. Will it start at the end of August? Or will it be pushed back the next week where there was a built-in break from Ireland? That's still all up in the air.
Let's assume there's 12 games. And since there's a built-in break from Ireland, it doesn't matter really for our purposes if they play the 29th or whatever that would be, the 5th, since that's the bye week. Do you assume as well that midterms will be pulled up 2 weeks since school is pulled up 2 weeks? If not two, then it's going to be three. There might be a wiggle room for a week in there, of course. But that would change the fact that Notre Dame's bye week was midterm week to Notre Dame's midterms are around that Wisconsin-Stanford window.
Well, yeah, I mean, does the elimination of the midterm break and finishing before Thanksgiving, is that the exact same amount of time that they would have had in the classroom? It all depends upon where they are in the classroom schedule. But your point is taken, and I hadn't thought about midterms moving up, but where did you say that breaks? That breaks between Wisconsin and Stanford.
Technically would break between Wisconsin and Stanford, but my guess you probably get an extra week earlier because you lose all of December for school. That's 3 weeks, right? They're usually going to school. They're usually finishing up near my birthday, which is the 21st. I remember that. We've eliminated Thanksgiving to the 21st. It seems like there's an accelerated school calendar too, which might bring midterms up to the end of September. This is all speculation, of course, but it won't remain October 17th. How could it? It's no longer midterms.
No, it can't. So that'll change, and so many aspects of this schedule are going to adjust. And I mean, July 1st was a date that Brian Kelly set.
Yeah.
But now that the players have been home, and have not, I think when that was originally said, it was hoping that we can get them back in summer school and the second semester that has been eliminated as well, correct?
Yeah.
That was due to start on July 7th. So I guess we're sitting here speculating about a lot of things that we still don't have answers to. And that's just the nature of what we're dealing with and we'll continue to deal with. We'll continue to speculate without real information on a lot of what's happening with Notre Dame football.
One thing we can speculate that hasn't changed, if Brian Kelly's allowed to start on July 8th, he won't balk at that and say, no, it has to be the 1st. He'll go ahead and start on July 8th.
Again, some wiggle room and some flexibility within there. And I still think, we still don't know whether the season's going to start on time. And these are all things to be determined through June and July and maybe even in August before they determine exactly what the schedule is. I know it was proposed that, at one point, one of the speculations was that September would be eliminated from football games and they would start in October. That could still happen. We just don't know. So the speculation continues on on Irish Illustrated's 1, 2, 3, 1 question. 2 analysts in 3 minutes.